great northwards to the Rock Mount Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a special effort is underway to help people heat their homes in Maine's island communities.
Plus, we'll also hear about an effort to reverse the ban on plastic shopping bags in Maine.
And a local business announces an expansion that will create scores of new jobs in Bangor.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Pretty quiet out there today. A little bit of snow fell overnight and is coming down in some areas today. So the roads are a little slick out there in some places, so you want to take it easy. Mostly just wet here in the Bangor area, but it is kind of wet and you could have some black ice. Let's take a look at that webcam real quick if we could. We have one set up in, we don't have it set up. They have it set up in Greenville. The Friends of the Mountain have it up there where the sun is rising. The snow has been coming down pretty steadily there in the Greenville area for a while now. Other areas not seeing much, but a lot of us could see a little snow as the day rolls along. Not a big storm by any means, and may even turn to rain in some areas.
They're already preparing for the weekend. Good for them.
Yeah, hit the slopes.
Yeah. All right, let's check in with Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today for exclusive members-only services and benefits. All right, let's get things rolling out there this morning. We do have winter weather advisories that have been expanded. They actually have been expanded this morning to include more of our viewing area and pretty much the entire state until about Friday morning or so. So we're going to be watching out for snow that will be moving in and maybe more accumulating snow. But some spots could experience some rain mixing in too, especially further down toward the south. So maybe not as much snow there. But we do also have a small craft advisory down toward the south. This will last until about Friday afternoon around 1 p.m. Some other areas will expire just a little bit sooner than that. So otherwise, here's the general idea. We've been watching for a few areas of snow that have been developing last night and early this morning. There's more off toward the south and west. So again, we're just getting started with this. This could be a rain-snow mixture in a few spots. So where that does happen, and I'm thinking mainly near Bangor and areas south, the snow totals could be just a little bit lower with that rain and snow opportunity, with temperatures say that we'll get above freezing. But otherwise, here's a system here. It's a pretty decent system tracking from the west to the east. So we'll be watching for the precipitation that we'll be building in throughout the daytime period today. So rain is still possible. Most of this could be snow in a few spots, and especially farther to the north where more significant snow could fall. And then by Friday morning at 5:30 a.m., the clouds start to get out of here, which equals some sunshine to start things off for your Friday. Our early forecast moving forward, chances for snow and some rain in some spots, temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. A man accused of robbing a bank in Bangor has been indicted by the Penobscot County grand jury. 32-year-old Donovan Steen allegedly held up the Bangor Savings Bank on Broadway in 2022, making off with an undisclosed amount of cash. He was indicted on robbery and theft charges. A Mount Chase man was indicted for the alleged sexual abuse of a minor. 38-year-old Trevor DeRogers was also indicted for furnishing liquor to a minor. And the Penobscot County grand jury indicted 4 men in connection with a shooting outside the Half Acre nightclub in Bangor in April of 2022. 33-year-old Edward Evans of the Bronx, New York, and 28-year-old Emil Evans of Augusta were both indicted for assault. Emil was indicted for criminal threatening with a dangerous weapon. Edward was also indicted for possession of a firearm by a prohibited person. 36-year-old Andre Dixon of Bangor and 31-year-old Harain Lawrence of Bar Harbor were also indicted in connection with the shooting at the nightclub. Dixon was indicted on charges of reckless conduct with a dangerous weapon and criminal mischief. Lawrence was indicted for assault and criminal threatening with a dangerous weapon.
Well, Clinton police are investigating a crash that killed a local resident this week. Rescuers were called to the Hill Road shortly after noon on Tuesday after someone spotted a vehicle upside down in a stream. Officials realized the vehicle had been in the water for a long period of time because thick ice had formed all around it. Once a wrecker was called in to haul it from the water, they discovered a man's body was inside. The victim has been identified as 66-year-old Jean Rose of Clinton. Police are now investigating the crash and trying to determine how it happened. Clinton police hope to hear from anyone who has information about Rose's whereabouts between Sunday afternoon and yesterday afternoon.
A fully loaded fuel truck flipped yesterday while on the road to Biddeford. It was part of a multi-vehicle accident. The Biddeford Fire Department responded around 7 Wednesday morning, saying that the truck was filled with about 2,800 gallons of fuel. Authorities were able to contain almost all of it, with only about 20 gallons leaking. Responders successfully pumped the rest of it into an empty truck. The Biddeford Police Department says the drivers involved were all treated and released with minor injuries. The exact cause of the crash is still under investigation.
High heating costs have caused some Maine island towns to take action to make sure their residents stay warm. Our David Ledford with that story.
We want to alleviate as many of these frustrations as we can.
Stonington town officials have paired up with Down East Community Partners, a community action agency aimed at reducing the impact of poverty, to help senior Mainers and those who struggle with the often complex task of applying for government heating assistance programs. James Neely, the Director of Energy Services for Down East Community Partners, says that the group has been overwhelmed with calls for help during the state's frigid temperature drops.
CIAs across the state are in a situation where our call volumes are going completely haywire, where it is 4 times more volume this year as opposed to last year. We are really in a situation where we're trying to help as many people as possible, and it is a large task.
Neely says the agency recently received funds from the Winter Energy Relief Program to provide $800 in emergency support for each individual in Washington and Hancock County who meets the eligibility requirements. Stonington Town Manager Kathleen Billings says recently there has been a real need for assistance.
To me, the high price of heating oil has just made it that much more difficult, especially for people with fixed incomes. We're just trying to be a good town and try to help our people who need the help. And, for all of us, it's difficult.
Town officials stress the importance of being a good neighbor during times like these.
Let's get your tanks filled. Let's figure out a way to get those tanks filled now. Give us a call at the town office, 367-2351. It's a nice local number. And let us help you, get the help that you need to stay warm.
In Stonington, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
For help applying for heating assistance in the Hancock and Washington County region, visit downeastcommunitypartners.org or call 610-5914. In other news, the Bar Harbor Town Council is set to vote on whether to end the sale of flavored tobacco products. They're considering an ordinance of ending the sale of tobacco products with fruit, menthol, chocolate, and other flavors. If it passes, Bar Harbor will join Bangor, Brunswick, Portland, and South Portland that have already passed similar measures. A public hearing will be held March 7th at 6:30.
Senator Angus King has co-sponsored legislation to improve and expand veteran-assisted living services. The bipartisan bill, called the Expanding Veterans Options for Long-Term Care Act, aims to help service members live more independently as they age. The bill would create a pilot program for eligible vets to receive assisted living care paid for by the VA. Senator King spoke about the importance of long-term care during a Senate Veterans Affairs Committee hearing yesterday.
There's a wave of retirements coming and eligibility for long-term care, and it's, as you know, it's not directly part of the system, but I think it's something we need to think seriously about. Again,
during the hearing, Senator Collins introduced Vincent Triola, a Wyndham resident who was recently elected to serve as the National Commander of the American Legion. During his first year in office, Commander Triola is scheduled to spend 330 days on the road visiting American Legion posts in all 50 states and overseas.
A special focus of Commander Triola's tenure is the American Legion's Be the One campaign to end veteran suicides. The goal is to destigmatize asking for mental health support, provide peer-to-peer resources, and educate everyone on how they can be the one to reach out to a veteran in distress.
The Expanding Veterans Options for Long-Term Care Act has received strong support from various veteran service organizations in Maine and nationwide.
$1.6 million is headed to Maine employers to support them with workforce transportation solutions. The money comes from the Maine Jobs Recovery Plan. Maine Department of Labor Commissioner Laura Fortman said, quote, With 2 open jobs for every unemployed job seeker in Maine, employers are working with state agencies and others to develop innovative ways to support and expand their workforce. These grants are a strategic effort to help employers reduce barriers to employment, such as lack of reliable transportation, that prevent qualified individuals from seeking connections with quality jobs. Robbins Lumber in Searsmont and Timber HP in Madison are among those getting the grants.
Well, there's a new battle at the State House over single-use plastic bags. One lawmaker wants to reverse the statewide ban, but as Johnny Maffei shows us, not everyone is on board.
You could see these bags at grocery stores again if a proposed bill reversing the ban on them goes through.
I believe that the original intent of the bill was to lower resource usage, natural resource usage, and to have some impact on consumer choice that had a positive effect on the environment. I believe that was the original intent of the bill. However, I think that by banning the single-use plastic bags, I think they actually had a complete opposite effect.
That's why Republican Representative Chad Perkins from Dover-Foxcroft is behind this bill. He says from production and distribution to usage and disposal, reusable bags are not as green as you might think. And one study backs that up. According to a Denmark Environmental Protection Agency, a cotton reusable bag needs to be used over 7,000 times to be more environmentally friendly than plastic bags. But some Mainers do not support repealing the ban.
I don't think it's a good idea. It's not good for the environment. And I kind of like not having a plastic bag. So that's my thoughts.
Oh, I think they should keep it in place.
Any thoughts why?
Because plastic bags are hugely pollutant and they're awful for the environment, and there's so many alternatives.
Representative Perkins is also trying to get rid of the 5-cent bag fee you see at stores, but that's on a separate bill.
What do you think about that one? That's going to be an interesting issue that will get a lot of comments.
I had an emotional attachment to my bag of bags.
Your bag of bags, yeah.
I'd collect them. I'd use them. I mean, when I had a dog, I'd use them more often.
Right, yeah.
Dog poop bags. But what about you?
I'm the same way. I think, everybody had that little stash of bags under their kitchen sink or something like that, and I used them all the time. I think I've gotten used to the new system, and when I remember to bring my reusable bags to the grocery store, I feel like I've won something, but
I'm guilty of forgetting quite a bit, so I
Yeah.
have to use paper a lot,
Yeah.
And I have too many reusable ones. And that fact they told us, I mean, having to use it 7,000 times to make it actually worthwhile is interesting. If that's true, then I suppose I'd support it.
The grocery store is one thing. It's all the other little stores you go to, and then you don't get bags there. So I don't know. We kind of adapt. I do think we need to do something to protect the environment.
Whatever research suggests, I'm down to adapt to it.
Yeah, right. Now if they would just make those new paper bags a little stronger,
right?
Boy, they just fall apart.
And then that probably wouldn't be environmentally friendly, though.
No, because then you're just making more.
Right.
So, anyway.
Yep. Well, the time now is 6:13. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, a local business is expanding into a new location, creating lots of new jobs at the same time.
But first, another check of that weather forecast. We'll see snow today, maybe even a little rain as the day rolls along. The highs will be near 35. The snow continues tonight. The lows dropping down to 19. Tomorrow looks like a beautiful, mostly sunny day with highs up near 36 degrees.
This morning, Michael's taking you live to one of the most remote inhabited islands anywhere in the world. An island filled with mystery, beauty, and magical wonder. Easter Island Live. You're invited for the Morning Global event. Good Morning America this morning.
Every night is pizza night at Dragonfire Pizza. From wings, salads, and sides to our specialty wood-fired pizzas. You'll find everything you need to satisfy any craving by the slice or by the pie. A little slice of heaven is waiting for you at Dragonfire Pizza, Mill Mall, Ellsworth.
Good luck to the Orono Red Riots boys from Sear Bus Line and Sear North Star Tours, providing tours and charters throughout the U.S. and Canada. Good luck to the Ellsworth High School girls from Osborne's Plumbing and Heating in Bucksport and Ellsworth, featuring boiler and furnace replacement gas or oil. Good luck to the Brewer Witches boys from Coach House Restaurant. Homemade meals, homemade desserts, now serving pizza, eat in or take out.
All the nonsense
Fibber
meets no nonsense.
I don't buy it.
Judge Judy.
Weekdays at 5 on ABC 7.
This week on Jeopardy, the first ever high school reunion tournament continues. deep breath.
Who will win the grand prize of $100,000 and a spot in the 2023 Tournament of Champions? Find out this week on Jeopardy!
All this week at 7:30, only on ABC 7.
Water supplies across Maine could face an ecological crisis as a result of legislation passed last year. Devin Dagnall met with an expert for more details.
Within a matter of just a couple of weeks, we could be set back, 50 years when it comes to environmental water conservation.
Late last week, operations at the Bangor water treatment plant were put on hold due to an announcement from the Juniper Ridge landfill. According to the water treatment plant's director, Amanda Smith, the landfill has reduced the amount of solid waste left from treating raw sewage or sludge that it can accept from water treatment facilities. In the past, the sludge would be taken to a composting facility after it was chemically treated, but that changed with the passing of LD 1911. LD 1911 prohibits the contamination of clean soils with forever chemicals, which are found in the treated sludge. The solution to that problem was to send the sludge to landfills, but now that has also become a problem.
These biosolids are what's considered a wet waste, so they're not very structurally stable, and the landfill needs to incorporate a lot of other stabilization, bulky materials in order to accept this sludge, so that it doesn't create an unsafe, unstable landfill environment.
Mixing the treated sludge with more solid waste would be no problem, if not for LD 1639, a bill that was also passed last year. LD 1639 limits the total solid waste allowed in the state, which means only a limited amount of solid waste can be used for sludge.
In talking to some of the other possible outlets, landfills throughout the state, they're all in the same situation right now when it comes to having enough material to accept this kind of volume of sludge.
For now, a temporary agreement has been made for the sludge to be transported and disposed of in Canada. The biggest problem with the current solution is the fact that it isn't permanent. According to Smith, if Canada was to pull out of the agreement, Bangor's water treatment facility and others like it would only be able to operate for a maximum of 2 weeks.
We're operating on a temporary solution, and that's just not acceptable. This wastewater treatment facility is what stands between the raw sewage and the Penobscot River.
At this time, officials are searching for a permanent solution, but none has been found. In Bangor, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Literacy Volunteers of Bangor has tickets on sale now for their 9th Literacy Tea to celebrate reading for all ages. This year's event will be held on April 2nd and is at John Baptist Memorial Auditorium in Bangor. The fundraiser is the largest one for the group for the year, with the money raised going directly to the programming. That specifically includes helping adults with literacy challenges or those for whom English is a second language.
So if you're curious about either getting services, having a tutor, or, getting involved as a volunteer, this is really a wonderful event to kind of get a sense as to who we are.
And this year, you'll be able to meet Anne Sibley O'Brien, author and illustrator from Peaks Island. She'll be presenting her book, I'm New Here. It's a story about 3 immigrant children this year. This year the cost is $25 and you will need to purchase your tickets ahead of time. They ask that you visit their website at lvbangor.org/donate.
This is an exciting time for a brewer-based company that has acquired a familiar facility in Bangor. It's part of an expansion project that creates many new jobs. Our Matthew Jurancic has the story.
That feels great. I mean, we are growing very rapidly.
The success Nile Systems CEO Ton Matheson is seeing allowed him to announce on Tuesday that his company will be expanding into the former Wayfair Customer Service Center in Bangor. This comes thanks in part to a $6 million investment from Aligned Climate Capital, an investment firm based out of New York. Matheson says this acquisition will bring 200 new jobs to Bangor.
We really need more manufacturing capacity, and the jobs that we're bringing on anywhere from people on the assembly lines making these products to design engineers to sales and marketing, new product design, So it's really, it's the whole gamut of manufacturing type jobs.
The former Wayfair building closed in 2021 during the COVID-19 pandemic. Bangor City Council approved the purchase of the property during its meeting on February 13th.
Are looking to have industrial commercial uses out there. I mean, the distribution's right there. It's conveniently located. I mean, this is definitely the type of business that we were hoping to have there.
Senator Joe Baldacci agrees, saying this addition shows consumer demand in the area growing.
It shows the resilience of Bangor's economy and why people are attracted to doing business in Bangor. So it's a really positive thing for Bangor.
Matheson says acquiring the former Wayfair building is the start of finally completing the vision for his company.
We see this continuing to grow very rapidly for the next 10 years. So we're bringing on a lot of people. There's lots of opportunities to grow here.
Matheson says he expects the facility to be open by this fall. In Brewer, Matthew Juronsik reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
That's wonderful news. That's exactly what we need around here.
Definitely. The time now is 6:20. After the break, a local market chain has been purchased by one of New England's even larger grocery chains.
Plus, a popular locally owned drive-thru is open again after a winter hiatus. We'll have the details on these stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop is now open in Newport. Our unique building is a converted 1800s single-family home that we've given a new life to. A home for treasures, from antiques, collectibles, unique gifts, and so much more. Come make the rounds throughout the many rooms on all 3 floors as you wander back in time or find a unique gift that's perfect for that special someone or that hard-to-buy-for relative. So come visit us today. Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop, 147 Main Street, Newport.
I'm Phil Levesque, president of Levesque Business Solutions. We're a family-owned Maine business since 1963. We're your one-stop shop for great office products at affordable rates. From copiers to office furniture to PPE, we've got it all warehoused right here in Bangor. We're your local small Maine business with a dedicated staff providing honest and friendly customer service, top-of-the-line tech support, and the option of in-house leasing. Let us help you get back to business.
Oh, what a good time we will have. You can make it happen,
Voltaren, the joy of movement.
Dedication, teamwork, and passion has driven your team to the state championships. Now it's time to cheer them on. Coastal Auto Parts has what you need to get to the big game. Get up and go Eagles!
Welcome back, everyone. Trade Winds in Blue Hill will soon become a new location for a familiar grocery store chain. Hannaford Supermarkets announced this Wednesday that the Trade Winds Marketplace at 15 South Street will soon become their newest store location. The change follows the retirement of Chuck and Belinda Lawrence, owners of the marketplace for more than 20 years, and also former Hannaford employees. The location is expected to begin operating under the Hannaford banner in May of this year and will offer the grocery store's signature products and rewards program. The Blue Hill acquisition will mark the 186th store for the company, joining the ranks of locations in New York, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, and of course right here in the state of Maine.
If you're getting tired of winter, take a ride down Main Street in Fairfield. It won't take long before you smell onion rings and burger baskets as Belanger's Drive-In is back open after a winter break. For those that live in the area, it's a true sign that spring is around the corner.
Everyone's waiting and everyone's happy that we're open.
Yes, we're hungry. They have been closed for 2 months.
So is this one of your favorite places to come get food?
Yeah, we come here.
Why? What draws you here?
Well, the food and the hospitality and the friendliness.
And now the owners tell us that they plan to stay open from now on without a winter break. So more good news.
Their loyal customers will like to hear that, I think.
You can't go wrong with some good onion rings.
Yeah, right?
Very exciting.
Yeah. And I love that. That's another sign of spring. These places are going to start opening up.
Yes.
Bring it on.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. The time now is 6:24.
Let's get a full look at that weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today for exclusive members-only services and benefits. Winter weather advisories. These have been expanded here, including the entire viewing area, though, and not so much further off towards the south and west. We're going to be watching for some snow, maybe mixing in with some rain in a few spots. We also have small craft advisories that have been posted until about 1 p.m. for your Friday, because with this system that will be moving in, we're going to be watching out for the wave heights that will get active from time to time. And this may last also on a Saturday, but more advisories will get issued by that point if need be. Wave heights are already active out there at around 5 to 6 feet. We'll keep this going for today. It might get a little bit of a break later on tonight, but more activity will be on the way, especially as we head towards your Saturdays. We're going to be watching for more active weather moving in. Here's a little bit of snow that's been developing out there this morning, tracking from the southwest, going toward the north and east. We're going to be watching for even more precipitation moving in. It's already starting to develop. You can see that right about in there along this area, low pressure here, right behind the warm front here. This is going to be tracking from the southwest to the north and east, so this will continue to develop as we do move forward for today. So rain and snow possible today, especially along to the south of Bangor. Areas to the east and to the north, most of this will fall as snow. Some more accumulating snow will be falling in a few spots. Where it transitions to rain, less snow accumulations are possible. Once we get towards Friday morning, all that snow starts to get out of here, and we'll see a lot of sunshine for your Friday. But once we get towards Friday night, more clouds start to move in ahead of our next system, which will bring more accumulating snow to the region. So here's a general idea for it today, especially Washington County areas to the north and west, around 4 to 6 inches of snow, locally higher amounts before we're all finished up. I agree with this idea of maybe 1 to 3 inches along into the south of Bangor, where some rain could mix in a few areas. And then we're watching for this next system that will get going again, especially as we head towards Saturday, as we're going to be watching for another significant snowmaker here. The trick with this system is we have low pressure to the south, we have high pressure to the north. Dry air may get in here, so the snow may not get as far north as originally thought, and the accumulations may be lower than what we might be originally thinking as well. But once we head towards Sunday morning, all of this starts to get out of here. But your forecast for today, mid-30s, rain and snow likely. Southwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. By tonight, 19 degrees, snow showers and partly cloudy late. Northwest wind at about 20 miles per hour. For tomorrow, mid-30s, mostly sunny and breezy. The northwest wind at about 20 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. More snow again for Saturday, highs in the upper 20s. Mid-30s on Sunday, mostly cloudy. Partly cloudy on Monday, highs in the low 40s.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, watch out.
Watch out. The insurance company is going to ask you to sign some papers. Don't do it.
Watch out. You may be entitled to money your insurance company isn't telling you about.
Don't trust that insurance company after your accident. You could miss out on a lot of money. Call the twos and we'll watch out for you.
Lowry and Associates watched out for me and got me $400,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
Living in Maine means long, cold winters and hot, humid summers. Whatever the weather, Bangor Heat Pumps is your solution. Open 24/7, Bangor Heat Pumps takes care of you at home or at work. We operate statewide and service all brands and models. Understanding moving can be stressful. We will help move any units you may have. We offer a veterans discount in our home with a Capeless Hero discount. Visit us online at BangorHeatPumpsLLC.com or call or text us at 307-7746. Bangor Heat Pumps.
What can your John Deere compact tractor do? Attachments for any job. Financing that's as easy as...
like getting a library card.
Affordable.
You're going to get this bigger tractor, and it's going to be less money.
Dependable.
Through the rain, through the snow, I'll work through it all.
Comfortable.
And I haven't any idea how we survive without it.
Experience United and build a tractor package customized for you.
Congratulations on a great season and good luck to Dexter Girls Basketball. Go for the gold from Berg Activewear and crew. Best wishes, Dexter Girls Basketball Team in the state tournament from Rowell's Garage and Car Wash, 191 East Main Street, Dover, Foxcroft.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
of the nation's biggest drug makers is drastically lowering the price of insulin, capping the cost at $35 a month for everyone. The move comes after President Biden pushed the move for seniors on Medicare. Fox News correspondent Madeline Rivera reports from Washington.
Many of the 37 million Americans with diabetes are all too familiar with the choice between cost and care. More than 1 million of them had to ration their insulin in 2021 because of the price.
It was groceries or insulin, it was rent or insulin, it was gas to get to my job, to get the paycheck to pay for my insulin or insulin.
Treating diabetes can cost about $9,600 per person per year, with the U.S. ranking as one of the top countries where insulin is most expensive. But folks could be paying a lot less. Eli Lilly is cutting the price of its commonly used forms of insulin by 70% and capping out-of-pocket costs for the medication at $35 per month.
This is a culmination of about 7 years of work we've been doing to reduce the price of our insulins.
The Inflation Reduction Act imposed a $35 monthly cap on insulin for seniors, a provision that took effect in January. During his State of the Union address, President Biden called on other drug makers to lower their prices too.
This is great news and important progress toward lowering costs for all Americans.
The price cuts are potentially life-saving. Still, nonprofit organizations like Beyond Type 1 say more needs to be done.
It needs to be system-wide change amongst the entire U.S. healthcare system because we know how broken it is.
Eli Lilly is calling on other groups like the insurance industry and Congress to match their effort and lower insulin prices for everyone. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
If you're a pet owner, you want the best for your animal friends, but an ongoing shortage of veterinarians could create some difficulties, as a lot of people know. Fox News' Ted Linder takes a look at some of the factors behind the shortage and the struggles many vets are facing.
Pockets of the country continue facing a shortage of veterinarian doctors, nurses, and technicians.
About 2/3 of graduates today enter or leave veterinary school and enter private practices. So we are turning out veterinarians, but the demand is still greater than the supply.
Professionals say the ongoing problem has many roots. According to a recent survey from Forbes Advisor, nearly 80% of pet owners got some type of animal throughout the course of the pandemic. The uptick in the pet population is partially contributing to the burden vets are facing.
We are concerned about burnout, compassion fatigue. A lot of this comes from just the high demand of caseload.
And while working with adorable animals can be a perk, this line of work comes with a darker side, with many vets having to put down pets in overcrowded shelters or if their owners can't afford costly treatments. And this takes a severe mental toll. According to data from the CDC, 1 out of 6 veterinarians has thought about committing suicide.
On the client side, we see longer delays in scheduling appointments, so then there's concerns for their animal being seen in a quick enough time period. Also, we see a shift when they can't get into their primary care veterinarian. We see a shift to seeing emergency room visits going up because they're open, and that puts a greater drain and strain on those practices as well.
While it's not certain how long the shortage will last, professionals warn
the demand for graduate veterinarians will continue to increase over the next 10 to 15 years.
Meantime, many vets are assessing their workflow to identify ways their current teams could be used more efficiently. Ted Linder, Fox News.
Well, meanwhile, March 1st signals the end of emergency benefits for millions of Americans. Additional offerings to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP, ended in many states. The change comes after running for 3 years due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Department of Agriculture says more than 41 million Americans received food buying benefits through SNAP. An analysis by the Center of Budget and Policy Priorities shows recipients will get $90 less per month of assistance. Not good news for them at all.
Yeah, it's a good time to donate to your local food pantry.
Sure is.
They are going to be struggling to keep up with the demand.
Yeah.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll have all the details on how you can score a free coffee at your local Dunkin' this week.
That and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
No matter what type of dog you have, or cat you have, Frontline Plus lets you take them everywhere, no matter how you define it. Frontline, the #1 name in flea and tick protection.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
Good luck to the Dexter High School girls from Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union. Find us at mhfcu.com. Good luck to the Brewer Witches boys from Page Employment, 185 North Main Street, Brewer, matching people to jobs since 1945. Good luck to the Brewer Witches boys from Seaboard Security. Security you can trust, safeguarding Maine since 1988.
We know who killed Gloria.
You think this is our guy? Prove it.
There it is. Felony assault and domestic violence. Did you kill Gloria Nunmuck?
I'd like you to leave now.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Thursday, March 2nd, 2023. It's also National Day of Unplugging. Many of us miss out on valuable moments of our lives as we pass the hours with our faces buried in our phones. This day encourages to get unplugged for 24 hours to relax, reflect, be active, and to connect with loved ones. Awful hard to do.
I know.
You know, I'm always finding myself fiddling with my phone,
Right.
seeing what's going on, but I'm actually pretty good about it. Putting the phone down, putting it in the other room, makes people mad because they're used to getting in touch with you instantly these
Right.
days, and I'll go hours without answering my text or something.
Right. Of course, when I practice this more often, I'll see,
Right.
oh, I missed an important text 30 minutes ago. But
Yeah.
you can't get everything.
Yeah.
Apps these days, I mean, in the past 10 years, the technology has evolved so much that they're designed to be addictive. That
That's
endless
true.
scroll feature, you can just keep scrolling and it'll never end. That's by design.
Yeah. You find yourself, whenever you have a free moment, you start looking at your phone. But
Right. So
put-
you have to fight it. Yeah.
It feels good, though, if you get out and just do something else,
Right.
spend some time with a friend or
Right.
family, and you'll be glad you did.
I know it's been kind of a sunny week too, as we've had breaks from all this snow, so it's been good. I've gone on a walk this week. I'm getting back into being outside.
Good
so,
for you.
yes.
I need to do the same.
I'll try to rub that off positively on you. Okay, well, in 1925, the United States developed a nationwide route numbering system and adopted the familiar U.S. shield-shaped numbered marker. In 1965, the sound of music echoed throughout American movie theaters for the first time and still remains strong 60 years later. Why did that end up being a Christmas movie?
I don't know.
You know how that will always play on
I
Christmas?
think they just play it around that time or something like that.
I associate it with Christmas.
Yeah.
Well,
Great movie, though.
I know, I love it. In 1972, the spacecraft Pioneer 10 was launched on a mission to explore the planet Jupiter. And in 1987, the government reported the median price for a new home had gone over $100,000 for the first time.
All right, real quickly, our birthdays include rocker John Bon Jovi is 60 years old. Actress Rebel Wilson is 42. Country singer Luke Combs, who came to Bangor last year, is 32. And Chris Martin from the band Coldplay is 45.
All right, now let's get right into weather and check in with Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today for exclusive members-only services and benefits. All right, let's get things rolling out there this morning. We do have winter weather advisories that have been expanded. They actually have been expanded this morning to include more of our viewing area and pretty much the entire state until about Friday morning or so. So we're going to be watching out for snow that will be moving in and maybe more accumulating snow. But some spots could experience some rain mixing in too, especially further down toward the south. So maybe not as much snow there. But we do also have a small craft advisory down toward the south. This will last until about Friday afternoon at around 1 p.m. Some other areas will expire just a little bit sooner than that. So otherwise, here's the general idea. We've been watching for a few areas of snow that have been developing last night and early this morning. There's more off toward the south and west. So again, we're just getting started with this. This could be a rain-snow mixture in a few spots. So where that does happen, and I'm thinking mainly near Bangor and areas south, the snow totals could be just a little bit lower with that rain and snow opportunity, with temperatures today that will get above freezing. But otherwise, here's a system here. It's a pretty decent system tracking from the west to the east. So we'll be watching for the precipitation that will be building in throughout the daytime period today. So rain is still possible. Most of this could be snow in a few spots, and especially farther to the north where more significant snow could fall. And then by Friday morning at 5:30 a.m., the clouds start to get out of here, which equals some sunshine to start things off for your Friday. Our early forecast moving forward, chances for snow and some rain in some spots, temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. Well, can vitamin D every day help keep away dementia? New findings say vitamin D supplements can be beneficial to prevent or delay dementia. Researchers from Canada and Britain monitored a group of more than 12,000 people who did not have dementia initially. Those who took vitamin D had a 40% increase in dementia detections compared to participants who did not take the vitamins. But researchers say they still need to hold clinical trials to confirm the connection. Sources of vitamin D, other than just taking it orally in a pill form, can come from spending time in the sun, eating salmon, sardines, canned tuna, and mushrooms, just for example, of course. And there's all sorts of benefits to taking vitamin D. I mean, in the wintertime too, Mainers, I think a lot of us experience vitamin D deficiency, and that can affect your mood.
You get the winter blues.
Right,
so, yeah.
Right. So, hey, when we return, Tyler Cruz will have your sports updates.
Celebrate St. Patrick's Day early with Irish folk singer Karen Casey coming to the Gracie Theatre Saturday, March 4th.
In the morning we built the city, in the afternoon walk through its streets.
Karen Casey blends contemporary and traditional Irish music in a concert tour you don't want to miss.
Oh, sweetly the apple.
Karen Casey celebrating her Irish heritage at the Gracie Theatre Saturday, March 4th. For tickets, call 941-7888 or go to gracietheatre.com.
Living in Maine means long, cold winters and hot, humid summers. Whatever the weather, Bangor Heat Pumps is your solution. Open 24/7, Bangor Heat Pumps takes care of you at home or at work. We operate statewide and service all brands and models. Understanding moving can be stressful. We will help move any units you may have. We offer a veterans discount in our home with a Capeless Hero discount. Visit us online at BangorHeatPumpsLLC.com or call or text us at 307-7746. Bangor Heat Pumps.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third-generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
You know, I love me some good GMA in the morning. Robin, George, Michael, and GMA. Now that's how you start your day.
Good morning, America.
Yep, bring your friends.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start out with a little Gold Ball game preview. The Brewer Witches have battled for years to get to this game, and now they're just one win away from making school history. Tyler Cruz has more.
It was super exciting. I was so happy. I couldn't even sleep Friday night. It was awesome. It was a great feeling. It was a great team win for us, and exciting to be there. Man, it felt like we've been climbing the ladder for years.
After being so close to victory for the past 3 years, the Brewer Witches have finally cut down the nets, winning their first Northern Maine championship since 1988.
Freshman year, we had to play the Gatorade Player of the Year. We lost by 1 point to them, and then my sophomore year we thought was our year, and that was the COVID year. Junior year was like a once in a life. We got the best player Maine's ever seen. It's just unlucky.
In the summer, all of us guys sort of put our heads down and said, screw all that. We're focused on this year right now, and we got logged in.
And so to go through all that and finally get here this year, it means the world to me.
But as the late Kobe Bryant once said, the job is not finished.
Friday was awesome and something that we'll remember forever, but we have one more game. We enjoyed it during the weekend, but now we're focusing on Falmouth. We watched a ton of film on Falmouth, and that's really all we're talking about. We love that we won, but we got to move on.
The Witches have a tough test in Friday's gold ball game, taking on a Falmouth squad that won the South last year, just to also lose to the 2022 Gatorade Player of the Year in the finals.
And this is their second year back to it, but they play very different from us, so I think that's the biggest thing is we got to focus on is that they're complete opposite how they play, slowing it down a lot more.
They're a good team. Obviously they're a good team. They've been here. They were here last year, and they're going to be ready. And always, we got that target on our back all season. We know that, and they're going to come into it the same way. They're going to want it, so we got to be ready for it.
Winning a gold ball has been on the minds of each of these seniors long before they ever threw on the black and orange and took the court at Brewer High School.
This is something that we've been talking about long before we were even in high school, so to finally get there, it's really a dream come true. But we haven't talked about winning the Northern Mains, we've talked about the state.
We've been playing together forever, not just basketball. We've been playing, whether it's AAU or even lacrosse growing up or football, we've always been doing everything together, so to kind of close it off like this is awesome.
We've been talking about this since we were so little, like having that gold ball, and I mean, it's been a dream of mine for forever.
So while these guys all have each other's backs, behind them is the entire Brewer community willing the Witches to the gold ball game all year long.
The 1960s team has actually reached out to us, and they wrote a nice email to us. So that's definitely been a little bit of motivation for us. Everybody's rooting for us, and everybody's cheering for us. A ton of alumni have come up to Coach, come up to me, and I mean, you see over there on that basketball banner, 1960 was the first team that won the regional championship. They reached out to us. All those guys are like over 80 years old, and it was just so fun to see them send a message to Coach and us.
And for these kids, to finally fill that void on the banner and their last hurrah together would be everything.
I love these guys since third grade. I've been playing with them, so being senior year, all being seniors, all my best friends, it means so much. Especially final game, state championship game, it's going to mean the world.
Ever since we were little, we always wanted to bring that gold ball to Brewer, and travel tournaments and middle school tournaments. That all leads up to right now, and all this practice. And we know that banner has an empty spot, and we want to fill that and make a history of Brewer.
Awesome stuff, Tyler. Thank you. Let's move to some college hoops now. UMaine women's basketball are the 3 seed in the America East tournament, and they hosted the 6 seed Binghamton in the quarterfinals on Wednesday. Let's see how that turned out. Black Bears beat the Bearcats on Saturday, trying to do it again. First quarter, here's Binghamton's Jaden Welts. Some nice moves here. She puts up the step back, and it gets the shooter's roll. Bearcats keeping it close early. Final seconds of the quarter. Here's Ann Simon, a step back of her own from deep, and she drills it 14-10 Maine after 1. To the third now. Binghamton would hold a lead here. This is Danae Bowman driving past the defense and to the hole for the lay-in off the glass. 41-40 Bearcats, but the Black Bears would take over the rest of the way. Here's Adriana Smith to Olivia Rockwood on the wing, money from range. Maine ends the third on a 12-4 run. They would hold their lead. They win 64-54. They are moving to the semis at Albany.
We had 1 turnover in the second half, and we limited them on the boards, on the offensive boards. So those are the 2 things we talked about at halftime. We felt like we were turning it over because we were passing up shots.
We didn't shoot the shots that we would usually take or that we took in the second half, but I think once we figured it out second half and we made good plays, I think our confidence just went up.
Let's go to some hockey now. Class B quarterfinals at Sawyer between Handon Academy and Camden Hills. First period, no score. Windjammers shorthanded. Owen McManus takes it all the way down, and he puts it past Aaron Donovan. 1-0 Camden. Nice celly, too. Second period now. Broncos with it. Basketball tournament might be over, but Tucker Leland puts this one in from way downtown. That ties things up. And then check this goal out from Hamden's Keith Brooks. He loses his footing. Defense loses his stick, but he's still able to get it to go. That gives the Broncos the lead. And Donovan would hold the rest of the way. Watch this nice glove save from the senior. Broncos go on to win it 2-1. That's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Best wishes from Color Concepts to the Brewer boys basketball team as you go for the gold in the state championship. Good luck to the Brewer Boys High School basketball team in the state championship from D&S Auto Sales and Service. Congratulations to the Brewer Boys on winning the A North title. Good luck at states. Go Witches from Hat Case Heat Pumps.
Angie's List is now Angie, and it's easier than ever to get your projects done right. With Angie, you can connect with top pros and see ratings and reviews. And when you book and pay through Angie, you're covered by our happiness guarantee. Check out Angie.com today. Angie, and done.
Renovating or building new, you'll find a wide selection of high-performing, energy-efficient, and beautiful windows and doors at Hammond Lumber Company. Your Hammond sales representative will walk you through the showroom displays and help you choose options to create a personalized custom look. Free in-home measurement is available, and Hammond can deliver your order from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Bring your vision and enjoy better light and added security and energy savings with quality windows and doors from Hammond Lumber Company.
Pat's Pizza in Holden is not just a restaurant that serves delicious food and pizza. They also have an adjacent party and event room. Consider having your birthday or office party at Pat's Pizza. They have indoor golf, a pro shop, and a beautiful 9-hole golf course. Pat's Pizza, Holden.
An acting legend teams up with Netflix, a Grammy-winning singer announces new music, and more. Here's Fox's Kristen Goodwin with the latest from the Hollywood Nation.
Sheeran makes an announcement, De Niro streams, and a new game show arrives in the Hollywood Nation.
Meryl Streep.
Yep. TMZ is putting people's celebrity knowledge to the test in the new game show, Who the Bleep Is That? It will be hosted by comedian Jeff Dye and feature contestants answering questions on pop culture in hopes of winning the grand prize of $5,000. The game show will have a 4-week run on Fox stations in 12 major markets, including New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, and Dallas, starting March 6th. Robert De Niro is heading to Netflix. The two-time Oscar winner will star and executive produce the streaming giant's new limited series, 0 Day. According to Variety, he will play a former U.S. president. The political thriller marks the acting legend's first TV series. Ed Sheeran delivered good news to his Cheerios. The Grammy-winning singer announced on social media he's releasing his new album, Subtract, May 5th. It will be the last installment in his decade-long mathematical album era.
Mathematics is the language of nature.
And Darren Aronofsky's debut feature film, Pi, is heading back to the big screen. The director will celebrate the 25th anniversary of the psychological thriller with a Pi Live Day experience. The special one-day-only event will take place in Los Angeles and feature a Q&A with Aronofsky, actor Sean Gillette, and other guests. It will be followed by a screening of the restored film.
Well, now a final check of our forecast for this hour. Might be a little slippery in some places.
Yep, here's meteorologist Evan Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today for exclusive members-only services and benefits. Winter weather advisories. These have been expanded here, including the entire viewing area, though, and not so much further off towards the south and west. We're going to be watching for some snow, maybe mixing in with some rain in a few spots. We also have small craft advisories that have been posted until about 1 p.m. for your Friday, because with this system that will be moving in, we're going to be watching out for the wave heights that will get active from time to time. And this may last also on a Saturday, but more advisories will get issued by that point if need be. Wave heights are already active out there at around 5 to 6 feet. We'll keep this going for today. It might get a little bit of a break later on tonight, but more activity will be on the way, especially as we head towards your Saturdays. We're going to be watching for more active weather moving in. Here's a little bit of snow that's been developing out there this morning, tracking from the southwest, going toward the north and east. We're going to be watching for even more precipitation moving in. It's already starting to develop. You can see that right about in there along this area, low pressure here, right behind the warm front here. This is going to be tracking from the southwest to the north and east, so this will continue to develop as we do move forward for today. So rain and snow possible today, especially along to the south of Bangor. Areas to the east and to the north, most of this will fall as snow. Some more accumulating snow will be falling in a few spots. Where it transitions to rain, less snow accumulations are possible. Once we get towards Friday morning, all that snow starts to get out of here, and we'll see a lot of sunshine for your Friday. But once we get towards Friday night, more clouds start to move in ahead of our next system, which will bring more accumulating snow to the region. So here's a general idea for today, especially Washington County areas to the north and west, around 4 to 6 inches of snow, locally higher amounts before we're all finished up. I agree with this idea of maybe 1 to 3 inches along into the south of Bangor, where some rain could mix in a few areas. And then we're watching for this next system. Now we'll get going again, especially as we head towards Saturday, as we're going to be watching for another significant snowmaker here. The trick with this system is we have low pressure to the south, we have high pressure to the north. Dry air may get in here, so the snow may not get as far north as originally thought, and the accumulations may be lower than what we might be originally thinking as well. But once we head towards Sunday morning, all of this starts to get out of here. But your forecast for today, mid-30s, rain and snow likely. Southwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. By tonight, 19 degrees, snow showers in, partly cloudy late. Northwest wind at about 20 miles per hour. For tomorrow, mid-30s, mostly sunny and breezy. The northwest wind at about 20 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. More snow again for Saturday, highs in the upper 20s. Mid-30s on Sunday, mostly cloudy. Partly cloudy on Monday, highs in the low 40s.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, watch out.
Watch out. The insurance company is going to ask you to sign some papers. Don't do it.
Call the twos and we'll watch out for you.
Lowry and Associates watched out for me and got me $400,000.
Harris Lumber is locally owned and has been serving the Pequot region for more than 50 years. See them for all your projects, big or small. Customer service is their #1 priority. And with a full line of lumber and hardware items, they can also deliver to your job site. Harris Lumber, Milo.
Every year, tens of thousands of older Mainers are abused or taken advantage of, usually by a trusted family member. Don't sign away your home. Even if promised, you can still live there. Don't hand over your checkbook or credit card. Don't sign legal papers like a loan document or power of attorney without talking to a lawyer first. Protect yourself, your assets, your independence. Free, confidential legal advice is just a phone call away. Call Legal Services for the Elderly.
Taylor Events and Equipment Rental in Bangor for all your wedding and events, tents, tables, chairs, and more. Also, see us for your home project equipment rentals. Taylor Events and Equipment Rental, 1179 Hammond Street in Bangor.
We know who killed Gloria.
You think this is our guy? Prove it.
There it is. Felony assault and domestic violence. Did you kill Gloria Nunmuck?
I'd like you to leave now.
Well, pay attention, Dunkin' lovers. Your smartphone can get you some free coffee. The donut chain announcing on Twitter it will be giving away 1 free coffee at any size this week. All customers have to do is download the Dunkin' app and add the promo code WinterWarrior23 at the bottom of the offer section on the Dunkin' app.
Customers are eligible for both hot and iced coffee. The deal ends Wednesday, March 8th, so you got a little bit of time. Again, that's Winter Warriors 23. Download the app.
I like their coffee too. You've got some going there right now.
I need to download the app.
Yeah, and you got your Dunkin' gear right there.
I'm all ready.
You know.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Luna Family Auto Sales is a locally owned business run by a husband and wife team.
Here at Luna Family Auto Sales, we combine our passion for cars with providing service to the community and local economy. Featuring no dark or hidden fees at all, we offer financing for all credit types and service everything we sell.
Check out our website at lunafamilyautosales.com.
Or come in and say hi. We'd love to meet you and introduce ourselves. Luna Family Auto Sales, 649 Stillwater Ave, Old Town.
Honey, where's the countertop?
I sent it out to the granite shop this morning to be replaced.
Wow. The quickest turnaround in the business. The Granite Shop in Sedgwick.
Good luck to the Orono Red Riots boys from Sear Bus Line.